Couldn't resist. I think I'm going to do another short stream tonight. While waiting for food, I scribbled stuff, UI screens. So maybe I'll implement that. Because if tomorrow is sunny and if I hang out in the garden, I may as well work tonight. Sun is almost down. So let's get going. So essentially, we may have three main entities for displaying in an inventory UI section. One is uh, enumerable items, something like bucket, so you multiple buckets, and then after that we have seeds measured by weight, because it's like, well, in a gram of tomato seed maybe you'll have like 300 seeds, that sort of thing. You don't want to count the number of seeds. You would have a lot of seeds. Counting them by weight makes much more sense. And then when you harvest your hard work, then you'll end up with tomatoes, and then that will also be inevitable. Say like let's say you'll have 12 tomatoes. Then each one of these items will have their own statistics. Let's see. Try to put this in front of me so I don't clutter my. Okay, let's see. Start. So this market screen or the shop screen is interesting, but maybe I'll actually hide that for. I was actually in the middle of it. So let's cut this. Okay, you can always get the text from here. Just a vertical slice, that's fine. These two came from the bottom. We may need an icon like, we'll most likely need a button. We won't need this. So we'll I think I'll use this as a folder for the inventory item that I'm. These two exist down below. I can always grab them. So essentially, this one plus. I was actually demonstrating a new component model here. Get these two, this one, cut down this. This should be grouped on the side. Everything else here grouped. This, and I'll call this shop. Let's pull a new panel. We are doing the UI for the inventory. Let's see. Size is for now arbitrary, but I think what I thought of was, yeah, I got rid of those lines, didn't I? Anyway, I think the line can easily be copy, click elsewhere, line, sort of a line here, so that go to the front, pull you here. We'll have a filter section at the bottom. Let's rotate you 90 degrees. This for now, just the bare bones. This guy, let's undo the group. This by itself may be a component. Okay. Let's implement the equipment inventory item. This looks more like a bucket, so I'll actually rotate this. This will need some text. Let's put some text here. But for argument's sake, that I want to write it, see if everything fits regular. Maybe this is centered. Maybe we should go for like a 100 by 100. Somewhere here. Would have been nice that it when it zoomed. Okay, with the control plus, when it zooms, it kind of zooms to the center, but control mouse control is focusing on where the cursor is. Okay, that we may have. Let's see, super Italian paste. It that may let's make it 13% and see if it actually fits or not. Right. Yeah, the naming will be an issue for sure. Go 0% zoom. I may have to come up with this another strategy that I have alternate name is too long to fit a certain feed. Possible or needed. So call this regular. I don't want to go 2 lines. Maybe this one's will be super to paste. I think it's y up or up. So it's more or less like the 20 pixel here is space for the title, and then the remaining pixel is for the image itself. So assume it's something like this. Yep. So it says if I'm actually kind of started off designing the normal like equipment inventory, but maybe I should either the seed or the harvest. Let's go with the harvest because I think I'm going to turn this into a component or moving in that direction, which means I will need something like this. 30 30 stroke might be this, fill might be see how it goes. So inside this we need I don't know 12. Centered. Also, so we know it's always centered. Now let's try his worst case scenario. It is going to be part of the game design. So it doesn't make much sense to have 1,000 um, tomatoes in your fridge. Maybe, I don't know. You may have hundreds. Let's say you have 900. That number is looking. It may actually need a more punch. We'll do semi-bold green. We may look for ways to pop it a bit more, but this is the it should be 72. Doesn't steal away from the number and the also let's round things up a bit. You don't really get to see the stroke here. That's kind of maybe in the short form I'll write it like this. Make much sense. So let's move this 2 pixels up. Okay. Similar to this. And let's turn this into a component. I'm going to need more light in the room. So So this is the combination when we have the number of items. I think I'm going to need another icon. Let's go to free pick. We were looking at this guy. Kind of looking for something that notifies. The symbol will look more like a weight. Another thing that is like a countable thing. Okay, let me present you what I'm actually. Let's move you out of the way, or let's do it this way. Let's take you. Let's move you to the page components. Ooh, you did not come with this. I see. Okay. Go to the page components. Done. Now, under components, you are here. Okay. It's going to have its own section. So let's turn you into a component. You are going to be called inventory item. Okay. You will have the following states. You will have type. Entry type could be weight. This default has to be a number. I think we may have another variant called individual. So this should be type. Okay. So this one is the number one. That's actually good. This just needs an icon. I wish actually I know what the icon is. For the individual one, this is gonna go away. This and the ellipse are gonna go away. For the number and the weight, we are going to have a symbol here. That symbol will be weight icon. Something that looks like a scale weight. Something you see in stores well. Or used to. What is the name for that in English? Scale weight. First is going to be the scale. Balance. Alt weight scale. Then what are the things that you put in the scale? Scale weight. Yes, so I was right. Scale weight. So yeah. Old. Something that looks like this but is an icon. The scale weight is the keyword. Scale weight icon. Did no one do it? I may actually change this a bit. Let's click this and then see if we have similar ones. The style I have in my mind is more like what Witcher and Cyberpunk used. I was a bit shocked actually when they used the same icon in Witcher and Cyberpunk. They did not have time to design a new. I don't want to look at videos. I just want to look at image. Actually, this is the image I'm talking about. Here's an image. Okay, let's size large. This is the image. No, this is close enough. But this looks like Witcher 2. It says Witcher. Interesting. Maybe it's just the same. I'm kind of. Anyway, this is the one. This, yeah. Maybe my memory of it is wrong. No, I think I'm right. Yeah, close enough. I thought this was the same icon they. Huh. Anyway, this is more close. No, this is where. This is kind of close to what I want. Bye bye bye. Scale weight free icons. Let's see. This is what I want. Something like this, which will actually say kilo or gram in it. In a sense, this is so simple. I think I'll just make this Figma. I'll just copy this as a reference. Paste. Okay. I'll just draw this over. Draw over this reference pen. Uh, this shift this. I'll fix the angles later. This, and then this. No, 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 no. That's the vector. Okay, that's do maybe. Let's do a different color so we can actually bring close enough. Can we actually do editing? Can. Of course you can't. Just starting a new line. You were able to select it just a second ago. Double click. Now you're a bit here. Perfect. If we go 21, it's slightly smaller. 22 will do. Let's copy this vector. Let's move it up. I thought I copied you. Duplicate. Okay. We will edit so that it actually comes here. Double click will Let's move you here. Then let's move you here. You can always round those corners. I'm okay. You should come up. That. Let's do one by one. So this is what they say. Stroke uh, round. There is a way to round this. But why are you not doing it? Side business. Okay. I swear I remember seeing this say. Inside, outside. Shouldn't really matter. Okay, there you go. Why were you not doing it before? That's it. I just have to a little bit out, this one out, here, close enough, good enough, done. These two will be weight icon. Group yourself. Just wanna look at, yeah, not quite so. That's it. Because it was starting here. The well, just need a piece of text in the middle. It's a kilo or gram. It's like the component itself now. When we scale this, it keeps the stroke because it makes sense. This is the 100% view. This is the 100. Okay, this is what we'll do. This is sort of the size. Let's make 12. Okay, we'll compensate as we go. It will come down to eventually 1 or 2. Because this is going to be in the middle. Ungroup, or actually stick this into the group. Done. So you'll be somewhere here. Okay, we now know what you're up to. We'll just put you here. These two will be scaled a little bit more. Something like this, maybe with one You are centered. That's good. Let's also put thing like this. Do one down, done. The color is, of course, questionable. Where to put this kilo? This may also be gram too. So let's see how big is as big as that. That's kind of good because I can kind of stick you here, which is a little bit awkward, but okay too. This is 30-30. This is 25. Maybe I'll imagine this is a 30-30. This actually color is abysmal. I think all the color is the same. Let's also put a fill color here. I think it was this. Oh, it's that, yes. And this may sometimes be kilo or gram. Of course, now the kilo is here, I tend to read it as like kilo 912 instead of 912 kilo. This one will be, sorry, this weight should have been, this one is not. And we actually have a different symbol for numbers, for enumerable things, right? So for things that are marked, I doubt anyone has created a situation that actually is tagged as countable. But you never know. All sponsored by Adobe. There are 0 search results, but the site is only bringing Adobe results. Let's disable icons. I don't want to show anything like coins because you can count coins, so like a kind of like a pile. Pile is what we want. Stackable. Stackable. Stack. Stack. I think I'll use this. Is essentially was this shaped diamond, trapezoid, something like that. Forget. It's a skewed square. and 2 chevrons. Let's create that. I think we could use this as a base. Copy paste. Okay, we are here. You should undo yourself. I'm going to use these parts as the chevrons. Let's copy you from here. Paste. Holy moly. Why don't we create a rectangle? Why don't we rotate it like this? Then we kind of need to skew it. How do we skew it? 15 by 15. Let's make it 12. Oh, I see. But then it also has to go into perspective too. Essentially a rectangle. Except this point has to come here. This point has to meet. Do we have rulers? Shift R. Thank you, sir. You should be somewhere here. Should be here, something like this. Double click. Here's the vector. You should be right there. Then should be there. But this is not centered. Ooh. Should have found the center point first. Okay, you are at 336. You are going to be at 316. So your midpoint will be 3 6. Close enough. Like it. It'll also be at 326. 30. 12. 8. 14. 26. Wrong. Way off. Shift R. Done. 212. 230. 18. I see. 21. Like this. Copy, paste, move down. We'll just I think I'll only keep these two poly path points. So delete this. Here's our vector. And we can actually do the thickness for this one. Stroke. That's it. Done. Okay, copy paste. Down. Done. You should change your color to this one. 37, no, 4F7. This is the one. I have no idea how it looks. Resembles this. It's actually flatter. So first when you do it that way, so this actually has to come down more. You. Shape-wise, it's more or less. Of course, it's not this, but cool. Maybe this also needs a stroke like this or this, and then the fill will be this. Gonna try another alternative. Ungroup, get rid of these two things. Oops. I thought you were ungrouped. Damn you. What's this? Copy paste. That's more like it. Duplicate. 1, 2, 2. Duplicate 1. Smart, smart. Okay. Yeah, I kind of see the roundness here. I think. Anyway, I think this looks good. This is the stackable option. I may add a fourth one to actually give the idea. I don't want to clutter the bottom. I think that the label should be separate. Because normally in corners, you don't get to see much of the image. That's the idea. Then we shouldn't clutter those areas around the title. Even if the title is at the top, and when these guys are at the bottom, I think we should still have something. Now, I thought maybe might be like this tier versus Can we make this weight symbol a bit smaller, but kilogram still legible? What if we made the shape of that not widening out, either straight up or, let's see, so one here, one more. Maybe this should narrow. Yes, so okay, smaller. I like it. Okay. Now let's first turn this into a component. Okay? This is group one. This group one is weight. So we already set weight. Um, scale, scale. Scale has that meaning of what is the scale of this thing? Is it a kilograms? Gram scale. That's this actually is its own component. So we'll cut this out. And I think the system is smart enough that it actually decoupled this from this. We'll now turn this into a component like this. This will have two variants. One is kilogram. The other one will be gram. And property is essentially scale. Okay, done. Can we now utilize? We can. Awesome. Click. Going to this. Perfect. Three pixels is fine. So this is a scale. I did not set what actually. Where are you? So when you're a gram, you should say gram. But only when you're a kilogram, then you'll say kilogram. Just like this one. Okay. Like this, kilogram, kilogram. Perfect. Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make this part of scale, but I'm going to change the name of this to denomination. How do we measure what this number is? What is the unit? That's the denomination. We call it unit 2. Now this thing actually has to be here. It's going to happen like by creating another variant denomination like this, maybe scale 3 going to be stack, and this is gonna go under, oops, not like, where are you in the tree? Stick you here, we'll delete you, we'll ungroup you. Okay, let's first move you to this area. Let's also ungroup you because here that you are 3 different things in one group under another component group. Now denomination, if we have this thing, copy this, come here, paste it, awesome, keeps the position. You are now a stack. Okay, the position is off, but then we can always do that, can't we? 3 things here, y is mixed, to 0. Maybe we can start this, I should pick this one. I don't know how it's displaying in the, let's also fix the x2. This is 0. I think kind of changes everything because of this. So half of this is going to be sort of roughly 7. Okay, that's about it. So then this one, 7 is like this. 7, and that's too much. We need to go 2 up and this 2 up. Let's look up. Maybe a little bit closer. 25. This is 25, but kind of. Sure. Okay, that's fine. I suppose if I'm really pushing the envelope here, if I have to, I might add a piece of text that is going to be like the pound sign. Can we now skew this so that it actually, what was that shortcut? Is there actually even a edit object? Not quite that. Slice. Scale. Okay. How can I skew this? Shift, Alt, Control, Figma, skew image, skew objects in Figma. People. Time has Create your object. Ooh, vertical. As soon as I saw that, must be somewhere here. Keep reading. Q dot plugin. Okay. So why am I using a plugin for this? Go skew stuff. I feel skewed already. Distort or perspective scale. Distort is another name for this. This is the one. The barking man. Skew that. Okay, that's the plugin. So it's certainly possible. Someone actually wrote the matrix transform. Guess I'm gonna have to download that plugin. Yeah. Talk about the plugin. Talking about that. This year, only 3 months old. Symmetric. Native support. Awesome. 21 days ago, nothing has been said since then. So we are going to assume. For current situation. That design here, there, station, text, effects. So how do we install plugins? Plugins. Table generator is something I guess I can do. Do that 2 years ago. Install. We are done. Now go back to little happy experience. I'm trying to skew things up. Here is text. Do it. I suppose we open. Okay. I think I'm horizontal. 22 degrees. Interestingly enough. Of course, you can actually Oh, I see. It actually reset the value to 0. No, this is a fresh skew. I think this is good. Can't read shit, but essentially, when an inventory item type, okay, see the type. We need to, okay, now we need to go to the, you have to bring in a component from, going to be an inventory. Okay, I did this inventory items type is, it should be the other way around. Otherwise, it's, I'll actually label for one. Here is your weight for your individual. The only caveat is still occupying that much. Kind of is okay for different reasons. Can do better. I think that has something to do with the frame. Frame is 100. I think that's how you handle it. Not quite expected. The fact that it kind of keeps the shape. I bet if I turned on auto layout, that either help or screw. It may actually make this take up as much space as possible. That's a different concept. Okay, this is fine. This is interesting because now I can crank out these faster. So right now, maybe I should do quantity one. Um, and to be honest, maybe quantity is a much better name. Um, back quantity. We'll have items. Lots of items. Have things like it doesn't do, so we do it. I think it kind of worked and it, do another batch here. In. So now, of course, now I have to go back to the components and design this selected state. I think the selected state may look like this. Sorry, like this is the selected state. Normal state is huh. So I'll actually have six here. You are done, sir. Thank you for your service. We're done. Are done. Are denominated. This will need two more. Now this is the selected, the pressed state. Um, did I design the normal, sorry, the hover state for okay, so I think I need two more. We'll make this not interestingly complicated. This is the pressed or hover state. I will. What did I learn from this? I could just create a new property. Will be the state. State will actually have press state, which is all this. Then we will have two variants from state from new state. Going to be over. Um, that's it. So I call this individual pressed, quantity pressed, then wait. Oh, wait a minute. We're hover. Individual pressed, individual hover. Quantity pressed, quantity over. Wait pressed, wait over. Now let's create a new state. The new variant, which is normal. So nothing. So we'll not that. This is going to be the individual's normal. Quantity is normal. This shall be weight's normal state. Now in this weight normal state, are going to change actually in all these states, background angle will change its color to almost white thing that I quite that. FC FFB. I think that is the awesome. It's kind of off white. You'll you'll be able to tell the difference. Right? Now if we select all this, except the panel, except this, change all their states to normal. Now we can see the difference. Just sort of like greenish whitish around inside each. So now this is the selected one. Okay, gonna grab some water. Somewhere here we'll need a type. Let's block this. Job easy. Going to be filters here. Something like this. Then copy paste something like this. Then you'll be coming up somewhere here arbitrarily. Maybe a bit like this. Maybe you should be somewhere here. We'll make it better, always. This is essentially inventory. That actually should be bold enough. And we should have an answer to the question that when nothing is selected, this should actually be placeholder. We'll figure it out. But right now, this is actually going to be super Italian paste, okay? And here are this particular item's qualities. It is going to have quantity because it's a stackable item. These two are close enough. Not sure why I. And there's this. I think these colors are coming from some objects that are created. Can we remove these colors? I see. I may have my own palettes. I think at some point I did, didn't I? And you're not going to be bold, sir. You're going to be semi-bold at best. This is where the fun begins. Do I remember that I had a plugin, table generator, data. How did we use left, right, left? Holy moly. Rows and columns. Rows will be maybe 3. Columns for sure it's 2. 4, maybe. Width and height. Each cell's height? Total height. Total, yeah. Wasn't this number really high? Number of columns? Okay, 320. Font size, line height, sure, cell padding. Left, right, left, left. Why not? And this is like comma separated. Comma separated. Quantity like 21. Quality. Quality. At least write it uppercase because I'll probably need it. Quality is going to be edible. That's I think all I have right now. Great. What's this? Oh, it's the frame for. Okay. I think that frame is really not needed. The rounded border is doing it. Here, the clipping some white corners there. Fine. This is this fill is killing it. Okay, done. Frame here too is. Why would you want to? I see, because by doing that. Anyway, do we need something like this? This is a handy tool because it quickly lets you prototype things. For tabular data. I think this is going to be important when we do the stats, finances, that kind of screen design. It might still be important here too. But I don't think you can edit it right, after the initial creation. This inventory screen right now doesn't take into account whether it is showing planting or equipment, similar to the way we are separating the markets. Let me do some arbitrary button placement. Paste. Let's rotate you backward. We'll have to write filters. Yeah. It's going to be quant. Yeah, this is. See, so it's changing the in each frame. Oh boy. Let's see. Okay, this is good for Tableau data that we know the space. Editing it after the fact is a bit key. Because you then have to select the proper none. Okay. I'll delete the frame too. Bye. We need quantity. Need we need quality. We will need, okay, this is kind of where I was going with the text, right? Copy. This is the text I was going for. It's just a text component. Is it currency? No. If it's currency, it's right aligned. This is going to be left aligned. Um, Now we may actually have text for titles. I don't care. This is sort of custom design. This is actually going to be, I don't know, options, edible. And quantity is going to be right now, say 912. Maybe these will have column here. Let's see. Are you all aligned, sir? You are aligned or left aligned? It's all good. This may be rotten or whatever, so we actually have to put buttons here. Put now one of the buttons will be throw out. Another button will be, I think we will have donate neighbor. We may have different things too that I donate. I think this may we have the preservation stuff, which actually kind of comes with its own menu. And donate may come with its own sub options. So it's essentially preserve, which opens multiple options. You can also donate it to food bank or your neighbor, so that will be its own kind of main thing here. What else do I have? For seeds, you can actually package, you can shop, you can plant them. There's also the seedling, sort of like a starter kit. But for a finished product, you could preserve it, you could throw it out. It's rotten. You could donate it. Um, I'm not going to put an option like eat it. Realistically, you don't want to just pick the number of tomatoes. There's going to be a daily consumption anyway. Whatever you can consume, some of this will be rotten. Let's see. Maybe we'll have two piles. Maybe some of this, maybe half of this will be rotten, so we'll item here dynamically. Because this inventory screen is essentially for you to do something with your product, it may make sense at this point to bring up this text again. Because this is when you remember that's like, okay, I grew all this because you paste out of it. Preserve button. We may pick different icons for this later. That's good enough for now. Put you here. When you do tidy up, what happens? Nothing. Say it's like this. What happens? You understand that it's for the sake of I think at some point I'm gonna go for two columns here. So you should be maybe 105. Something like this. It will be that will fit in the. Let's see, where are you? Something that is locked. Panel. Awesome. Two no 810. Let's make you 816. Something like this with a bit of favoring to the left. 300 and these proportions may change a bit. What's the distance between you two? Now it's 14. Okay, 14 to there. We get 14. Visual accuracy is 14 here. Something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. I think the rest is fine because the base is actually kind of overhanging. Usually balanced more. 17. Okay, everything is 17 over here. Let's make this. You are, I see, that's this text length is going to be dynamic. Therefore, where is this going to start? Also, should I way these buttons are positioned is ugly. I don't quite care about 14 and now not everything will be preservable, I suppose. Could it be? Suppose everything could be preserved, no? Everything could be donated. Could also throw out anything you want. This text is a little bit big. Is it legible? Kind of may look fine in the game. Quantity 9. Okay, the bulb. What else matters? So for seeds, we have gram information. Also have the quality marked as poor, adequate, healthy seed. The options for that kind of thing is package your seeds, plant it, start seedling, sort of like a starter kit shop. So you could buy more of this throw out. Now it's as if throw out should be weirdly enough. That's like 10. I'm going to write filters here. Could this be the major filter? What other filters am I thinking? We may definitely have name of the item. Because if this list is long, because we are going to have a scroll bar here. It's something I should be. Additionally, equipment will have, what did I write here? Fitness, or sort of like the how the status of it, like say it's 80% damaged, or there's cleanliness, how dirty it is. Say for a rain barrel, if it's dirty, you are giving filthy water to your plants, whether it matters or not. There's also functionality. If it needs repairs, tap might be broken. I think the most interesting option is select. Do we need to? This is your inventory, not exactly your. So for the filter here. This it's marked. I think this should be the other way. Maybe the precursor of scroll bar. U8. Let's put you up here. Let's move you here. Let's duplicate you. Pick you a different color here, like this one. Your height should be 7, something like this. Position should be 349. Something like most basic scroll bar. Could also make it a bit round and maybe make you 6 to move 1 to the left. But okay. Let's make you round 2. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I know how to make that single. It's fine. I thought of a bunch of filters, I think, for dinner, and it kind of escapes my mind. Um, I think they might be the main parts you say. Painting. Maybe maybe you need some kind of drop. Vegetable, herbs, mushroom. Something like show wall, show planting, show. And I think for that we need a drop down, or we need a toggle menu button group. I think for now the way we can simulate that is following. Let's move it group, create another button. Call you planting. Let's call you show all. You should tidy yourself. Now under equipment we have tools and structure. There may not be that many tools and structure. So this list may not be that crowded. With planting, we may actually have to separate between three groups. But let's just say for now this is because we haven't tested this yet. Let's move you down here. Could make you. We could even squeeze another row here. Because why not? A bit close up here. Don't really know the difference to 14. Nice. Go 14. Need these things to go down. Let's group you. Let's group you guys too. We'll go somewhere down. Let's make you 830. Why not? 14 pixels. The magical 14 pixels. Everything goes 14 pixels. You should group yourself. You don't need to go 14 because you're kind of in a special. You are the one causing the problem. You do this, I understand you are going to stretch, but it's actually not that. This is the one. It says to stretch out. Should all be 100 maybe. Then 10. Tidy up. Control Shift. If I get rid of this divider here, if I use this scroll bar area, and there is nothing to show. I only show its track. That be enough. Look awkward. And of course, there is no reason why this changes the distribution of the source stem. Maybe a subtle green like this. Maybe I need to do a few types. So this by weight, it's like say 2 kilograms, 200 um, weight, but but see, I say weight, but then kilogram or gram. I don't want to introduce another state because then I'm going to do kilogram and the gram of each one. It'll be twice as many. Because yeah, I have to make the gram version of it, which isn't too much. Sure, make it kilos. And I think it's easy because when I do this, all I need to, oh, but no. When I do the weight, do I remember something in their tutorial? That actually showed property being conditional on other properties. Say Figma conditional property. Conditional variant property. This see. Yeah, I already did this, but yeah, I already did this actually. They're asking for the functionality built in. This is from like 2 months ago. You can already do what this guy's wanting, but I think what he's asking might be what I'm actually needing. For something like this, a simple case, you could actually do it. But then you go into this kind of area. The kilogram is also. I have another suggestion. What if we undo? Why? Right now we know this is weight, state is normal, kilogram. If I double click this and go in, this itself is already now I'm going to Instagram. Perfect. I don't need to make another. Just like this, also being a stack or kilogram. Okay. It just happens that I think, oh, actually, you know what? Based on this, I only need, I think I don't need one of these rows. I either have something here, which I'm able to find its shape, or yeah, I don't need this pressed. It's, also pressed quantity. Yeah, I don't need this. Going to screw something up in the other view. Not. Or because everything has already been set, it's not going to reset. The fact that could get away with that. So here's the thing. If I choose this scene variant, you reset to default this. You do individual, which is this. Its weight or I see. So it's actually some kind of number. It kind of looks like weight, but if I actually want to show this as stack, so this has lost its meaning. This weight has lost its meaning. It's more like quantity, but then the unit actually. Click this. You can either have quantities, this, layer state, pressed, over, or normal, or individual pressed. Now when you go back here, let's fix these guys. I'm going to actually say this is already done. These three will say reset to default. Below, that's quantity. If you choose this, then they are gonna go away. Quantity. Okay. Now this has nothing to do with what this is gonna show. You can still come here and choose stack over this. Awesome. Yes. System done. This default. As long as you are also be normal. This is the one we are interested. Control Alt C. Control Alt V. Control Alt V. Control Alt V. Duplicate. Move it down. It's to very not selected. This area may actually, because I think in one case we have 5 buttons. Maybe throw out and shop could be turned into icon. Let's see. We may also have a button that actually expands, covers the area. And I think this is pretty much it for tonight. I think this is a good start. I may come up with a bit more efficient looking design. I think this is gonna do it for the time being. This way, if I actually take some time off tomorrow, at least some of this work is done. So on Monday, Jordan can actually start implementing this. And of course, it's gonna go through another 10, I'm sure. But for the time being, this is it. So have a good night.